Morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. July 8th, 2026. And it is 7:37. It is 75 degrees. And I don't see any clouds in the sky. We were supposed to, they kept saying we were going to get a thunderstorm yesterday, but we didn't. Or it went around us. So I guess that's good and bad. We need some rain, of course. But we're better off than what we were. Let's put it that way. At least it's not 100. So what are we going to talk about today? So what do you want to talk about? What are you going to talk about? Well, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about makeup today. That's right. We're going to talk about makeup. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do, if y'all want me to talk about makeup more, beauty, you need to make sure you click that thumbs up. Because that tells me that who is watching me wants to see it. If I don't see any thumbs up or don't see many, then I don't know. All right, I'm going to cut you off because I'm going to have to sneeze. So I've got off track on my allergy medicine. I forgot to take it with me, and I took one Sunday night and Monday night, and then I didn't take one last night. I got to get back in my routine. I did use my nose spray, but I didn't take my Allegra. Okay, so let's get on with this, what we wear in hot weather. And again, I want to ask you to click the thumbs up, leave me a comment, hype me if you have hype points, and let me know for sure you want to see these. You know, some of these I'm only getting 100 views or 150, and it's really dragging me down. I know it's not so much of the algorithm, it's just my brain. It makes me feel like nobody wants to watch. And I know, like I said, 150, whether it's 150 or whatever, it's just that I want to, when I only see 3 comments, I'm like, well, and I see my time thing is not, you know, you're not watching it all, and I think, well, why do it? All right. So it's 100 degrees outside, but we want to look presentable. We still want to look polished. So what do we do that's different? Well, first of all, we don't put on a lot of skincare. Not anything really moisturizing. You want to worry about that at night, not when you're going to be outside or somewhere that you could be hot. So we're going to wear a matte sunscreen. The one I wore while I was in Savannah is the Australian Gold Botanical Tinted Face 50. This does dry down matte. Now, you're going to think, well, I have dry skin. What's this going to do to me? Well, you'll just have to try. You'll have to play around. I don't have dry skin. I have normal to oily. Mostly normal, but so I don't have an issue with that. I'm just telling you what works for me. What works for me is a matte sunscreen. Sorry, my eyes are going water. All right, now, so I'm going to use that. See, this has tint. So I don't need a foundation. I already have tint. So this is going to hide my capillaries, my broken capillaries, and anything else I want to hide. You want to make sure you put enough on. You know, you want to use that 1/4 teaspoon. If you don't know what a 1/4 teaspoon is for you, get one out and measure it. But you want to make sure you're putting on enough. Now, if you're worried about your eyes, as I always say, go back to the sponge. You know, dot it around your eyes. Since this is matte and creamy, it's not going to run like some of them will. All right. So what are we going to put on top of that? We need to put a powder. And you can use the sunscreen powder that I've showed you before. The one I choose to use right now is the Studio Fix. This is MAC Studio Fix powder. This is what it looks like. The shade I have, I believe, is C3. And for a while in the new version is not that much different to me. But anyway, for a while there in the new version, they didn't have the C3, but they do now. Now, I bought NC20 before, which I still have that one. It's just I'm trying to use this one up since it's older. But there are slight different in them because they took out the talc, but it's not, I don't notice that big a difference. Okay, now, for eyeshadow, you don't have to use eyeshadow. I do. But I go back to my Naked 3. Now, if I just want to use something simple, I use the MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork. This is it. You could use an eyeshadow crayon, which, you know, I always love the one from Hard Candy that you can get at Walmart. I need to open this up. Now, some people would say, well, that's not really summery, but it works for me. It's my go-to. And it doesn't matter what time of year. This has always been my go-to ever since it came out. Now, I used to have the big one, but I just buy the little one now because this is the Urban Decay Naked 3 Mini. All right, I needed my Kleenex. Okay, now, so I use that on my eyes. And then I use the NYX Epic Inkliner in brown. Now, this is the one that looks like this. There are several different versions. You want to make sure you get the one like this one because this one is the easiest to draw the line. It also is waterproof. This is dark chocolate. Then I do my top waterline, but I don't do anything to my bottom waterline. This is the Makeup Forever Aquaziz Color Pencil. This is in Ivy. As I said before, they are not making this shade right now. I don't know if it's coming back. You can find this if you hunt enough. Now, another one to consider is the Urban Decay 24/7. But I still like these better for me. But I know the shade is hard to get. Now, if I was going to use a shade that I could get right now, they have a brown shade. I'll list it below, but I can't tell you off the top of my head what it's called. All right, now, for my brows right now, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. This was sent to me in a box. I mean, not to me personally, but, you know, it was in one of my boxes. And this shade is Caramel, and this is my shade that I need. And I'll kind of show you where it's at. You can see it there. It's kind of it's got just a little bit of a red tint to it because my hair, you know, it tends to go red, copper, whatever in the summer. And that's about it as far as that's concerned. Now, little things that I might add on occasionally if I want to use a primer for that sunscreen, or if I do want to use a foundation such as the Dior Face and Body or another type of matte foundation, I will use this Makeup Forever Step 1. I could also use the Milk Gripping Primer or the e.l.f. Gripping Primer from e.l.f. And I'll try to remember to list all these below, so you'll know. And of course, they will be affiliate links, so if you order anything, I will make commission. Another thing I do sometimes is I use this City Beauty lid lifting treatment on my eyelids, and that kind of it's almost like an eyeshadow primer for your lids. You don't have to use it, but I like to use it. Now, as far as it really lifting my eyelids, no, it doesn't. It does give kind of that lifted look for a few minutes, but if you have droopy eyelids like mine, it's not going to last. It's just for a minute or two. Okay, now, bronzer. Now, y'all know I've got so many bronzers, but I'm trying to use one up. So the one I'm trying to use up right now is my Charlotte Tilbury. This was gifted to me from a subscriber, Lauren, several years ago, and she probably thinks, why are you still using that? Well, I know it's expired, but, or the date says it's expired, let's put it that way, but I still use it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's huge. I mean, you can't, I just barely have hit pan, and I'm not going to throw it away. You know, now if it was to start breaking out my face, or I feel like that was it, I might stop. But it's not, there's nothing wrong with it. Now, if it was something next to my eyes, it'd be totally different. You know, this is my second one of these. So I do replace my eye products. It's not like that, you know. But if you want me to give you advice, don't do as I do. Just do what you feel comfortable with. I'm not telling you to use expired makeup or Best By dates makeup. All I'm telling you is that this does not bother me. I know that it's past its so-called 24 months. But I'm just not worried about it. Lip products is something else too that I would be concerned about with a Best By date. All right, my camera's getting hot. All right, now one more thing. Well, no, not one more thing. Okay, this is the Say Super Suede Blush. This is the blush I've been using. If I use a blush, I don't always use it, but this is it. The shade is Stella. It's a peachy pink. This is considered clean beauty, which I don't really care. It's just a marketing term. There's no such thing as dirty makeup. Don't let anybody tell you different. There might be some that's full of chemicals, but hey, water is a chemical, as they say. All right, now, another thing is this CL concealer. This has sunscreen in it. This is SPF 50. This is mineral. All the CIELE products that are at Sephora are using mineral-based sunscreens. Just so you know. Lipstick. Okay, the lip liner that I normally use is the one from Charlotte Tilbury that is Super Size Me. I don't use it every day. If I really want to make my lips look plumper, I will. This is my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. This is the Chanel. I know, Vicky, you're getting bougie on me. This is Tender Beige. This is Your Lips But Better. And then you can use the gloss on this end if you just want to take this in your purse and not carry anything else. But if I want to make my lips, I feel like, look plumper, I either use something from Buxom or I use this City Beauty. I always want to say San Miguel, but it's not it. It's San Diego. I don't know why I want to call it that, but I do for whatever reason. It's just like I always want to call I wanted to make sure that's what I had. I always call Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Careless Whisper. So it's just, I don't know. It's where my brain goes. Anyway, this is San Diego from City Beauty. Now these were, buy one get one, but I couldn't tell you if they still are. My link to City Beauty will be below. I no longer have a discount code. No one has a discount code anymore. They did away with those. Now there may come a time they come back, but right now there's no discount codes other than if they're having a sale. City Beauty's City Lips are some of the best out there. They also have good ingredients in there. They're not irritating at all. I don't feel, there's a couple of them you might feel a little tingle, but with this one I do not. It just feels good on your lips. And do I have anything? Oh, if you want to wear mascara, I don't wear mascara in the summer, rarely ever. And you know, I put some on the other day just for fun. It wasn't this one, but I put on some and I'm like, no, I'm taking this off. I just did not want that harsh. And this is not everybody. Please don't take that I am telling you not to wear mascara. I'm not, or that. It's just, I've got to a point now, I just don't like it on me. And I'm not going to say I won't ever wear it again or anything like that, because I will. I mean, it's makeup. I can take it off. But in the summer, I just don't want to wear it. I just want to look more natural, I guess. And I feel like this makes me look like, not this particular brand, but mascara just makes me look like I'm trying too hard. Okay, this is the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer. It's a wrap. This is the tubing one. And this is the one I would go to if I was going to wear one right now. But I'm not. I'm just letting you know. You know, some people don't feel like they have, some people feel like they have to wear mascara. I am not one of those people. Some people feel like they have to wear false lashes. I am not one of those people. Now, I will say I have seen some people with the faux lashes or eyelash extensions, I guess we want to say, that actually look really good. They're not over, they don't look like they're wearing spiders on their own. They look natural. Now, if I could find somebody that could do that for me, I might consider it, but I also know that's something you have to keep up with, and it is expensive. So, if I were to ever do it, it would be just for the heck of it, and probably then just let them go. Just like my nails. Sometimes I want to do my nails and I don't, because I start thinking the cost of keeping them up. So, anyway, of course, I always use my standing out sponge. I use it for the powder. I use it for everything. I wash it every night before I go to bed. And then I use it the next day. Now, I have got several, so don't think that that's the only one I have. Okay, then the next thing, the last thing, is setting the makeup or the powder. I don't like the powder look, so I'm going to use me something to make that powder look go away. And the one I alternate between the Milk Hydro Grip and the Botanical Original setting spray. Now, they both work fine. Of course, this one's going to be more than the Milani, but it's just that I've almost used up all my Milani, so I've got this one out. And I bought this one during a Sephora sale, and I do like this one. Now, I only spray, some people will spray like 10 sprays. I spray like 4. I usually, and then I'll stand in front of the fan to let it dry. You don't have to, but that's just the way I do it. Now, another thing you can do is you can get you a little bottle and just put some water in it. It won't set it like a setting spray will, but it will take away the powder look. Another thing to do is to get you a can of water. Now, you can find cans of water now, the Evian canned water at Marshall's for, I mean, we're talking the big one. And that's what you need to have when you're really hot and you spray this. I've not sprayed in a while, so I've got, yeah, there it goes. Now, because it's in this can, it's keeping that water cold. But remember, if you spray too much, you might take off your sunscreen or cause your sunscreen to mess up. So, that's about all I got to say. You know, I always keep a body spray in here. This, like, I showed this one to you and I forgot to link it, but this is the 87. And it's supposed to be a limited edition, I think. I don't know. You know, I get so tired of them limited edition things. All right, I've talked long enough. It's 18 minutes and 39 seconds. So if you got this far, leave me the number 9 in the comments. And that way I'll know you watched it till the end. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.